Hey there, everybody. This is Mickey Papillon with thecellphonejunkie.com, and today we're taking a look at the Motorola XOOM from Verizon Wireless. Announced at CES back in January, the XOOM is the company's first tablet computer running the latest Android Honeycomb 3.0 operating system from Google. The device features a 10.1-inch 1280 by 800 screen, a 1 GHz dual-core Tegra 2 chip, 2 cameras, and is 4G compatible on Verizon's LTE network through a hardware upgrade coming later this year. The XOOM is available for $600 with a 2-year contract or $800 without. Taking a look at what comes inside the box, we've obviously got the tablet, the Motorola XOOM itself. Put that off to the side, come back to that in just a second. And then you've got your various user guides, whether it's activating your device or filing the information for your warranty. Verizon includes it all in the box. And then the standard micro USB data cable. This is only going to be used for data transfer, because we've got a separate wall charger. This is a 1.5 amp AC adapter, and you'll notice that it does have a completely separate adapter proprietary connector for charging. Now, my first impression of the XOOM at CES was one of apprehension. At nearly 26 ounces, the weight is double that of the Samsung Galaxy Tab, about half a pound heavier than the new iPad 2. Though taking a look at it, you can see the hardware does look quite nice. Take a look at the bottom of the display first. You can see you've got 2 screws, actually one on the left and right side, followed by the charging port, then some metal contacts and a micro USB port, and also a mini HDMI port. There's also a microphone on the bottom. On the right side, you've got nothing on there. On the top, you've got the 3.5mm headphone jack, and then also a slide-out tray for future LTE SIM cards and micro SD card use. So we'll pull that out, and you'll see there's the LTE SIM card placeholder there. You can see it says replace with SIM only after 4G upgrade. And then here, the micro SD card, which again, it is not functioning at the time of shipping. So they include this clear plastic placeholder for you to install one at a later date. And finally, on the left side of the display, you've got the volume rocker buttons to control your volume and other sounds on the device. On the back side, you've got a 5-megapixel camera with dual LED flash, stereo speakers, and a power button. Quick note about the power button, the one on my unit was prone to sticking and would regularly ask me if I wanted to power down or long button hold that button. I'm not the only one with this issue either, as others have reported that problem, so it may be something that Motorola addresses with future revisions of the hardware. And as the boot up animation process completes, we'll get our first look at the Honeycomb operating system. Android 3.0 is completely vanilla on this device, even though it is Motorola. There is no Moto Blur. Down at the bottom here, we've got our status bar that has the soft buttons on it that go away when you've got a full screen application launched. You can still scroll side to side like you're used to on Android, though you'll see there's nothing really that's been loaded on this device as of yet. Clicking on applications in the top right corner brings up a list of the loaded apps, and you'll see that it's a pretty standard list of applications that come on most of the Android devices. Hit the home screen to go back. Also, there's a plus button in the top right. That allows for installation of widgets, application shortcuts, wallpapers, and other items on the desktop. Finally, in the bottom right, you've got the time, network status information, and battery level. A launch of the browser, and we'll try our first website. Of course, we got to check out thecellphonejunkie.com, and we'll type in our short URL to bring up the site. Now, when you launch websites that have mobile-optimized versions, of course, that's what comes up first. Now, it's really not that big of a deal. You scroll all the way to the bottom of the site, and you'll find that you can pull up the full site. Now, when you do this for most sites, you'll be able to get the full experience. Now, the device is shipping without flash enabled, so don't expect to see any flash on the device. But you'll see it's a very smooth feel when you're scrolling around. Click on the podcast here because you'll see we've got some shows that are listed here, and there should be flash players in there, and you'll see there is nothing in that space. After a few weeks of use with the XOOM, I've noticed a couple of things. First off, the bezel that goes around the screen is only about half an inch wide, which for some people may feel like just enough. I, however, found it incredibly limiting and actually very difficult to hold. So let me try and explain. When you're trying to work on a tablet, you want to hold it with one hand, allowing your other hand to be free to enter data. With the Zoom, though, that isn't easily possible, as you have to pinch the side of the device with your thumb on the front and the rest of your fingers on the back. That position becomes quite fatiguing, and I found my hand would get uncomfortable in just about a minute. I realized the desire to maximize the screen real estate, but this is one area I don't think should be compromised. Putting my weight issue aside, let's talk about some of the positives of the Zoom. First off, it's a highly customizable device. As you can see, I've got a lot of applications and other widgets on the home screens. The great screen real estate makes it very easy to go through and add the things that you're using most often and put them right front and center on the screen. After just a couple of days, I became quite proficient at the multitasking and used it for nearly everything that I was doing. I was going between sites like Facebook and then the applications of stocks and, of course, email, and being able to do so without going back to the home screen is a very, very nice feature. And one of my favorite things to do to waste time is, of course, Angry Birds. And Angry Birds on a phone is a lot of fun, but when you put it into a 10-inch screen, it makes it just an absolute blast. So the Motorola XOOM from Verizon, by far the best Android-based iPad competitor to date. The rugged styling and high-end specifications set the bar for tablets in 2011, and the upgrades in Honeycomb will have current Android users feeling right at home. The price tag and monthly data plan may turn some users off, but the overall experience will appeal to many as the best tablet choice for them. This has been Mickey Papillon with thecellphonejunkie.com.